at the very least, you'll find out some things other people want. But it's such a nebulous thing because I feel like there's no really central there's no real central demand from the market in general for this kind of thing. There are just lots of people struggling for a myriad of different reasons and looking for organization and a lot of dissatisfaction and a lot of solutions, but still.
But what I'm thinking is this is what I'm thinking. Basically, it's called Taskflow. But what I'm thinking is, invest in yourself, make your life better. Like that's essentially the underlying why of this. So it's not the same as thinking from the perspective of building a tool. I'm sort of thinking, okay, how can I solve these problems? Always do the right thing. Don't waste your time. Make the right choices. Invest in yourself. Make your life better. Like, bring in step function growth into your life, and that all comes down through it works on both a tiny level about picking each little thing that you do, and it works on a large level about what's your general overall perspective. And there's lots of different strategies and lots of different theories, and sometimes some strategies really work at one time and other strategies are better at another time. And I haven't seen any tool that's sort of looking at it that way.
So it's like a motivation helper. It's not organization and motivation helper.
Motivation and making right choices. I mean, making good choices. Like, how do you know what the right choice is? So I think training, like articles, so for example, a strategy about structured procrastination. I would imagine the Taskflow site having a blog post about structured procrastination, or like an article just explaining it and then linking out, who thinks this is a good strategy and at what times this is useful, So it's a new way. It's a way to discover new strategies about what you do, like the just one big thing strategy. You've heard of that one, right?
Yeah.
So that some people swear by that strategy alone, just one big thing, just only forget about everything and only work on one thing that helps all the other things, and makes your life as good as possible.
Maybe an analogy could be one of those, not an analogy, but maybe a model you could borrow something from would be one of those guided meditation apps where they include content that's like teaching you about something, and then practices, and then more content, and then more drills to practice that. So this would be partially a tool, but it would be interleaving the components of the tool with content. So you teach about something and then unlock that part of the tool, and then teach about something else, then unlock that part.
Yeah.
CrossFit here's your daily workout of the day.
CrossFit, it's like that's the other thing. It's sort of like CrossFit for your tasks, for what you do.
This is interesting because I always used to try to avoid anything that was content based, because in some sense it feels like a treadmill, but in another way I think it adds a lot of value really quickly.
Right.
And by combining the multiple inputs of the content and the automation, or whatever technical tool,
so it knows it can understand where each task kind of fits, because you've kind of ranked it, you've assigned it different tags that you think's good, and then it can guide you through the different strategies that you learn about when to pick the right tasks based on your mood or how much time you've got or that different stuff. And then it can track your growth. So for example, one thing I was thinking was like, revenue. Like it's your own dashboard it's your own Stripe dashboard to kind of see, oh, this is my growth. This is how much money I'm earning a month. 2 years later, this is how much, and you've got this chart, to see, okay, how much have I grown as an earner, Like, or for example, another one would be weight. You could plug that in there and track that over time. So how, and then somehow it could combine all of those and have the index, the Mark Wilbur index. This is your index
Dashboard, yeah.
going up over time.
Or down. But yeah, that sounds like an interesting thing. For a V1, would say like the first level of depth on each of those big strategies, like just say like have one article introducing one and one one way to use the tool with those tasks, like do you think that would be enough?
I don't know. I mean, I don't know if it would even have any content. I think V1 might just be the tool.
Okay.
But and it might get better over time by adding V1 might just be the tool with links.
Mm-hmm.
Linking to the best couple of articles about that strategy. So you click into a strategy and then it says, to learn about this strategy, read these 3 docs. It just links out. Yeah.
That's what I meant actually.
Oh, okay. Right. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. But then, bringing it kind of, over time, like the meditation apps you talk about, like I've seen a few of them and they've done a great job of bringing the content in-house and like having their own articles and like, it's all a fully integrated experience.
But those are like top iPhone store apps.
Yeah.